Still talking health now. 1 in 3 young children are undernourished or overweight. UNICEF report shows that of 149 million children, 4 are stunted. Malnutrition costs the world $3.5 trillion yearly. The report also says a third of the world's nearly 700 million under 5-year-olds are undernourished or overweight and face lifelong health problems as a consequence. Let's talk about this in fresh perspective, bringing in Nutritionist here in the studio, Bisola Adedoyin. Welcome to TVC News. So the call has been made for the world, Nigeria inclusive, to drive more action in combating malnutrition. Of course, this as the world marks the World Food Day. But for Nigeria now, talk about the peculiarities.
Okay. For malnutrition, we need to know what exactly malnutrition is. So when we talk about malnutrition, we mean that somebody is consuming inadequate food, or you are eating excessive food. You are consuming less than what you're supposed to consume, or you are consuming more than what you're supposed to consume. So if you look at that news now, they said 1/3 of 700 million children are either undernourished or overweight. Undernourished in the sense that they don't eat what they are supposed to eat. Overweight in the sense that they are over-consuming what they are supposed to consume. Then if you look at the peculiarities, we must know what causes this. What causes malnutrition? Then we have a lot of causes of malnutrition.
But poverty has been cited as the major cause.
Yes.
How do we solve this?
Let's look at the perspective of poverty. When we talk about children, they need a lot of protein. When we talk about protein, we have what we call the first-class protein. We have the second-class protein. The first-class protein is gotten from the animal origin. And most people will say they cannot afford to buy protein gotten from animal origin. Example, we have your egg, you have your fish, you have your meat. So they don't give their children this.
And then they go to poor alternatives.
Yes, they go to, like we have this cow skin. You see some mothers giving their children cow skin. This cannot provide the first-class protein that the child needs. So most of the time, we get these children the wrong food that they need.
How do you explain poverty in the land, obesity, and the attendant features now, when it's been said that Nigeria has enough to feed everyone?
Okay. See poverty now. We are talking about poverty and we are talking about overweight. You will notice that a lot of people feed their children with junks, and they think that they are doing the children good. You feed them with a lot of sugar, you feed them with a lot of fats. All these things will add to the weight of the child. And these children don't have the capacity to burn the energies. Urbanization is another factor. Let's take Lagos, for example. Most mothers or caregivers will leave their house as early as 4 o'clock, and they give their children money to go and buy food outside. They don't even know the source of this food that they are consuming. They don't know the nutrients that are in this food that they are consuming.
So you're saying, in essence, that parents, people should eat more of homegrown. There's enough in the land to feed everyone.
Yes, they should try, and there's what we call backyard gardening. They should try and plant fruits. They should plant whole grain crops, give their children a lot of protein, reduce the fat consumption, reduce the sugar consumption. Another problem that we have is during pregnancy, how well do you eat? Most people feel it's until you give birth to that child before the child starts doing well. But what do you consume when you are pregnant? It will amuse you to know that a malnourished pregnant woman will give birth to a malnourished child. And this thing have lifelong consequences, because if you give birth to a child that is malnourished, the child becomes a teenager that is malnourished, and the cycle continues like that. So what you feed your fetus, even when you are pregnant, goes a long way to determine how the child is going to come up in future. So that is also a problem.
All right. Bisola Adedoyin, thank you very much for your contributions on the news.
Thank you.